Okay, for our next major grade assignment, we will be working in 2-point perspective, all right, and creating these boxes in 2-point perspective. Remember that before, when we were working in our books, we were working in 1-point perspective, and that had one vanishing point where everything in the composition was going to that 1 point. So the same with the letters. All those lines coming off of the letters are all going to that 1 point inside of the room. The window here, or the picture, and the door frame, all of those in the corners were all going to 1 point. This will be 2-point perspective, and this will be we'll be working in for the next major grade. So what you're going to be doing this is just an example to start learning how to do 2-point perspective. You're going to start with the horizon line, just as we did before. So again, any type of perspective drawing or landscape is going to have a horizon line somewhere in there. And remember last time with the 1-point perspective, we put the 1 point right there in the center or just off to the center. This time we're going to have 2 vanishing points, and they're going to be right off the edge here. So I'm going to make them just off the edge outside of the box, and just off the edge over here outside of the box. That's going to be our 2 vanishing points. So remember that this is the horizon line, all right, what we call the horizon line. And you could write it up here. Horizon line, and then these are our vanishing points. So I'll put VP for vanishing point. You got vanishing point 1, and you got vanishing point 2. So VP1 and VP2. Okay, so I'm going to start by creating the corners of the boxes, and that's how you start if we're making boxes, if we're making buildings, whatever it is that we're drawing in perspective. I'm going to start with a line up here. There's going to be one that's well above the horizon line. We're going to make one that is right on the horizon line, and then one that is well below the horizon line. And these are, let's see, about 1.5 inches or so. It's fine, you know. They don't have to be perfect. Now, once you've created those lines, you've got 2 ends to each line. There's 2 ends. Each one of those ends, all right, I'm going to start up here at the top. This end is going to go to vanishing point 1. This right here, this end to vanishing point 1. Then the same ends of the corners are going to go to vanishing point 2 over here. Vanishing point 2. And we've got another end. It's going to go to vanishing point 2. So again, we've got vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2. Now, the one in the center. So I'm going to first do all of those perspective lines first. The one in the center, same thing. You've got 2 ends to the line that I created, which will eventually be the corner. I'm going to go to vanishing point 1. Vanishing point 1 to vanishing point 2 on the other side. So you'll see that one side of the box, one side of the corner, is going to vanishing point 1, and the other side is going to vanishing point 2. Now down here, same thing, vanishing point 1. Here's the other end of the line. On this side, vanishing point 1. Now it's on this side of the line, so it's going to go to vanishing point 2. And vanishing point 2. Okay? Now we've got our sort of edges of the boxes that are going on forever, right? They extend into the distance forever. So we have to make some end points. So up here for the top, I'm going to measure over, I don't know, I'm looking at the centimeters here, let's say 3.5 or 3 centimeters. But remember that if this is a vertical line, your next one needs to be a vertical line. Do not do this at an angle like that. You want to make sure if this is vertical, then this is vertical, okay? And the same thing here. This is vertical here. I'm going to slide the ruler over. I'll do it on this side. slide the ruler over to whatever depth I want that cube to be, and right there, make an endpoint. So vertical line, vertical line. Now for the top, this point right here, the one that is on this side, this point. So again, there was my corner. I made another line. That point right there, that end point, is going to go to vanishing point 1 over here. The other corner right here, it's over here on this side, it's going to go toward vanishing point 2. Right? So there's my floating cube in 2-point perspective. You can go ahead and erase the rest of this because this is just the extra lines here, extra perspective lines. And so that we have this floating cube there, because the reason it's floating is because we can see underneath it. All right? And the reason also is because it's above the horizon line. Anything that's above the horizon line, we'll be able to see underneath. Anything that's on the horizon line, like this one, we'll only see the two sides. And anything that's below the horizon line, we'll see what's on top of it, like a table. Okay? All right, so now on the horizon line, I'm going to just move the ruler over, maybe a few centimeters. Again, vertical line, vertical line. And on the other side, vertical line. Maybe I'll make this one go further back in space, vertical line. Right? Now, again, maybe this is a factory building or some type of building. I'm going to erase that horizon line because the building would be blocking that part of the horizon line. So we don't need the horizon line that cuts through the building. But I am going to leave the horizon line on either side of the building, all right? So it gives it a space to sort of live in. And I'll just erase these perspective lines, but I'm going to leave that horizon line. All right, so there's our building that's sitting in the landscape there. There's the horizon line. Now, for the last one, where we can see the top of it, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move the ruler over. Again, vertical line, vertical line. Vertical line over here on this side. And move the ruler over to whatever depth I want that to go. And vertical line. Now, from this corner right here, that corner, this far corner, is going to go over here to the vanishing point 1. It would go over there, okay? Again, notice I've matched up the ruler. I just made as much, I didn't draw a line all the way because I only needed this section right here. So I just matched it up and drew that section of the line. Then the next one, this corner right here, is going to go to vanishing point 2. Okay? And so I can erase those extra parts of the line that I do not need. And of course you can turn this into a table. This could be a building. Maybe this is a table that's in the foreground, very close to us. Maybe this is some type of building with a door, with a window. You can add those things. This would be some type of floating object, all right? I'm just showing how that would be in perspective. A lot of times when you see perspective drawings of buildings and you have balconies that come out, we'll see underneath the balcony. So this could be some type of balcony attached to a bigger building here, all right? But there's our 3 boxes. One that's up high above the horizon line, on the horizon line, below the horizon line, all of them in 2-point perspective. And this is leading into our next major grade assignment that will be in 2-point perspective. Okay, good luck and have fun.